Now, Emmanuel, it's been 7 years since the launch of your hashtag I Belong campaign to end statelessness. How has the journey been like?
It has been a challenging journey, I would say, but there has been progress. And one of the major progress in South Africa, in the region, in Southern Africa, and I would say in the continent and in the rest of the world. So the main achievement, I would say, is that statelessness is, or the fight against statelessness is much higher in the political agenda of states, and only states can end statelessness.
Now, since the start of this campaign, what is it that the UNHCR has achieved?
Well, UNHCR cannot in itself end statelessness. What we need is to advocate for states to end statelessness. And in that regard, our advocacy has been successful. As I said, statelessness is much higher in the political agenda of states. A number of states in the world have acceded to the Statelessness Convention. It's the first step to end statelessness. And a number of states in the region and in the world have reformed their nationality legislation with a view of preventing statelessness. And there have been a number of other developments. As I said, UNHCR's role is not to end statelessness because we don't have that power. Our role is to encourage states to fight statelessness and to take the right measures to do so.
Now, what do you believe is a major driver in statelessness?
Well, the main drivers in the region, in Africa, in the rest of the world are gaps in nationality legislations. The fact that we have a nationalities is because we were entitled to get a nationalities entitled by our nationality legislations. Some people are not entitled. They fall into the gap of the nationality legislation. So there are nationality legislation that include discriminations, that exclude individuals from getting a nationality. In the region, for example, there is at least one legislation that do not allow mothers to transmit their nationality to their children. There is also a legislation that discriminates on the basis of ethnicities. There are many other examples of discriminations or gaps to be found in nationality legislations. And the result is the same. They exclude individuals from getting a nationality. And once you stateless, it's a bit like a genetic disease. You pass it on to the next generation, and the number of stateless is simply growing until states finally close the gaps in their nationality legislations.
Now, the hashtag I Belong campaign is calling on states to end statelessness by 2024. Is this achievable?
It is. It's very ambitious. It is achievable. Some states in the world have already, as we speak, reached that goal. And all what we need to reach that goal is a political will, and a political will that is translated into concrete action. So as I was telling you, in many countries we have reached that political will, but because of various priorities governments have, their agenda to fight statelessness is competing with other agenda, and unless they make an effort now, then it would be difficult for them to reach that objective by 2024. But as I said, reaching that objective is only a matter of political will and a matter of translating this will into concrete action. And an example, a very easy example that states can implement is the reform of the nationality legislations.
What can we expect from this campaign going forward?
Well, we simply want solutions for stateless people. We want, and the solution is very simple. We want stateless people to have a nationality and therefore no longer be stateless. And what we want now is states to just make an additional effort within the next 3 years of the campaign, and again to translate their wills into concrete action. One step that the states in the region, in Southern Africa, could make now is to identify stateless people on their territories. Sadly, as we speak, we don't have statistics. We know they are stateless people. UNHCR meets them every day in the countries in the region, in Africa, but states have not identified them on their territories. They don't know the number, and perhaps if they knew the numbers, and the numbers are important, if they knew clearly the number, then their political will could quickly be translated into action.